I don't remember all of the Mandalorian episodes, but I think that I can say that besides the last episode of the second season, that was phenomenal, this episode goes to the list of one of the best, if not the best episode of the whole show. He gave us so much action, he gave us a brilliant flashback of Grogu and remember us of the Order 66 and the relationship that he had with it. This and Grogu's development being a Mandalorian, and of course Bo-Katan finally deciding that she wanted to take part in the Mandalorian Creed. All of that and more, so please don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe. So let's go with the video. So first of all, I want to talk about the part where they went to rescue that kid who just became a Mandalorian and point out first and how dumb are these Mandalorians, because I think this is the only planet that they can go, because this is a lawful planet. Come on, first off, they are training and then a giant ass turtle comes to attack them out of nowhere. Then a dragon comes out of nowhere and tries to eat their kids. And when you go to the dragon's nest, you can see that, for example, there's a helmet there that's stopping the kids. So it wasn't the first time that someone was captured by the dragon. And seeing those action scenes of them pursuing the dragon with their jetpacks, of course, they ran out of the shoot because they flew a lot. And how fast are them? Because they went pretty fast against the dragon. And then after locating the dragon's nest, you can see a good development of what Bo-Katan is becoming, another sign of respect that she did after everyone was talking there on the bonfire. They left her there so she could have the pleasure of taking off her helmet without anyone seeing it and eating their food, and she respected all of that. And she's nurturing all of those attributes that a true Mandalorian has. So they climb that huge ass mountain, they find some dragon babies that are scared to hell. And I noticed something, I don't know if you guys noticed as well, the visual effects in the first pursuing scene with the dragon, there's like some issues. I think they had the whole episode done and then they inserted that part after, so the effects weren't ready, but the effects of the second pursuit where they defeated the dragon was simply astonishing, because the effects were fabulous. The dragon was super realistic and their ability of combat is just unmatched. You saw Bo-Katan first using her grappling hook to attach herself to the dragon's head, then stabbing him in the eye. Then you see the Jedi using his rope that he used to climb to hold the dragon's wings, and then he goes to attack the dragon's feet so that he can release the child, then they recover it. And you see the dragon falling in a funny way, being eaten by the giant turtle. All of those action scenes were just awesome, and they made me proud of action like in Star Wars. And I hope with that show people realize that Star Wars is still unbeatable when they're done well. Another thing that is also great that is happening throughout the season is that Bo-Katan, as I said previously, she is developing this love of the Mandalorian Creed, and after saving the kid, she goes back to the cave where the woman creates all those armors, and she requests a shoulder pad with the symbol of the Mythosaurus, which of course, it's obvious that indicates that she's going way forward to the kind of thinking. I don't know how long it will last, but I think for good, because she looks very determined with that after seeing what she saw. Because come on, she saw the living legend that she thought it was a joke. She saw it. It's like you were an atheist and then you literally see Jesus Christ. Like, you were gonna become a believer. There's no point of that. And it's funny that the woman was doing that, but she kind of believed her, but she thought like she was expressing herself as in a metaphorical way. It makes us think like, did she actually see this creature, or it was like after she got bathed and all of that, she was surrounded by this energy that made her see things. It's like you bathe in the Holy Spirit or something like that. It's a very nice aspect, and I think they're gonna come back, of course, soon in Mandalore to see this creature again. And I think she just has to talk with the Jari about it, because if she talks to him, he will probably go in with her. And I need to point out first that this episode itself gave a huge credit to Grogu and how is he becoming a Mandalorian. Day by day, even though he's 50 years old, he is still a baby, but he understands a lot of things, of course. His sensitivity to the Force makes him easier for that. But also something that Jari did that I thought would take more time to do that, which is practicing close combat lessons with the kids, but in this time not using the Force, using weapons that the Mandalorians usually use. So he tried to defeat that kid who actually got captured, which is using darts. And it is so funny to see Grogu interacting, because he's visually a doll, but it's so funny because of the faces that he makes. It's just a baby. For me, it works because it's Star Wars. And there's also the dart shooting that they had in the Grogu's chest with the paintball darts. I was just wondering, man, in the next round he's gonna just use the Force Anakin style and smash the kid up, but of course not. He just using his jump ability where he learned with Luke, jumped over the kid twice, made him feel confused, and then he used the three shots to defeat it. Easy, see how skillful he is just as a baby, and of course this is not developed a lot like in 50 years alright. It's gonna be like the prodigy and very skillful with the force, but we're gonna be thinking about it. Who's gonna train him to be a Jedi? Because firstly Luke was training him, I don't know for how many months or weeks, and he learned, of course, the jumping skills and some control of the force, but they did not finish the training. And I'm curious to understand how he's gonna train to become a Jedi. Is he gonna meet some other Jedi? Ahsoka might train him, yeah, but I'm not sure about it. And seeing how well he was trained as a Jedi and how else he's gonna be trained as a Mandalorian just gets me thinking like he's gonna be the next star killer of Star Wars. Because think with me, if he becomes a Jedi and also helps has the skill set of a Mandalorian as well, he's gonna become almost unbeatable using his lightsaber or maybe the dark saber. He's gonna become just unbeatable, and that's my theory of pointing that they're probably gonna do maybe not a TV show but a movie with the time of like 500 years after all of that, or like 100, 200 years with him. It has a huge potential with that, and I stand by that. I hope they do that. And another important thing that we had in this episode that was different from the other ones, as they also explored the past of Grogu. Where did he come from? Who trained him? What is his past? And luckily, we got a taste of what was back then when he escaped from Order 666 that we saw in the trailer a bit. Well, firstly, he was fleeing from all of those cloning troops, and we saw those Jedi sacrificing themselves to take him somewhere else where someone would take care of him, which is already a sign that he was important because he was the same race as Yoda, so he was kind of a big deal. Then he reaches the outside with the Jedi that died, and we saw this Jedi, who his name was Caloran Beck. But another interesting thing that this actor not only is playing Caloran Beck, but this actor also gave, for me, the best reference of Star Wars in this episode, which was he was the actor who played Jar Jar Binks in the. So for me, this is big points for him. So we already know that he's gonna be the Jedi, save him, but probably for some other point. I don't know where. When he used two lightsabers, one of the Jedi that was deceased, like defeated 10 troops at once, repelling blaster attacks using the force as well. This was already amazing for me. But then he used the speedster to go through all of those flying cars traffic that reminded me so much of Star Wars 2. It is a great movie. No, but I love it. And we see those starships that they use also in the Clone Wars, trying to pursue them throughout the city. It was just so nostalgic watching all of that. And they reach to the part where you guys remember if you watch the movie in the beginning of Star Wars 2 where they are trying to assassinate Padme and they kill her doppelganger. They're like in a small spaceport with a ship that also looks so much like that ship that this Jedi took, which is a silver ship where they saw, of course, in Star Wars 1 where they needed to change the engines, so they went to Tatooine. And then they gave us a lot of references to all of those Star Wars movies, of course. It's inevitable. And then the flashbacks ends. And of course, we're just waiting for more information. But what is his path? What is going? And I really don't have any clue of that because he could be going anywhere. Like some Jedi sent him to like a remote place to be taken care of for some time because he somehow got captured for the beginning of the Mandalorian show. But that's like 30 and 20 years from now. So a lot of things happen. So he was actually younger. He was more of a baby. Like he can speak a little bit, but he was way more like a baby. We need to know who trained him for that long. And I don't know my guess now, but I think we just need to wait to see for the next episodes. And to the end of the season, we might have this answer. And of course, you're gonna receive it, and there's gonna be like a huge discovery that is gonna end the season. And I'm so hyped. Come on, I'm so hyped to this season. So yeah, this was an amazing episode. I'm so hyped to this show. It's my favorite show, and it's probably gonna be the best show in the year. Better probably than The Last of Us, I think. I'm so pumped to continue watching it and bringing these videos to the channel. So thank you guys so much for the support. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like. I will see you on the next video. So goodbye and peace.